we're back at it. I'm still unhappy. So, you know. Just get to it, I guess. Just get on to it. There we go. Hello, Marmalo. Okay, I think we're good. I think we are Gucci. Just in queue here. What can we do in the meantime? Level 80. Let's go to the mall. Our hunt marks exclusive to their zones. And the bills. Let's check this out. Do I have... Yeah, okay, music's on. Cool. Cool. Ready to do it. Ready to go. Yeah, these are just for here. So we need to go to level 80 is Shadowbringers. Oh, easy there. Shadowbringers was Yulemore. What was the other? Crystarium. It should have been Crystarium. Still on Paladin? Yeah. No, I think I basically... I got through it. I don't want to touch Paladin anymore because we already got to the point where we it's starting to like need nitty-gritty stuff. I guess now the topic of conversation is what do you give past the core? Because we have some things like just being able to cast your spells or empower your blade attacks or your blocking. Let's do Dancer. Gosh. Like, holy crap, man. Where's the... How do we pick up nuts board? There we go. 1 nut. 3 nut. And then I guess we'll just do these in the meantime. The other, what's the? I think I queued up last time. This is Shadowbringers. The Door Pixies. I am glad to see, though, when I was looking back through it, that you at least have standard step. Or the basic step. I just think it's really lame that other side, like overall, like across all this stuff, buttons need to be snappier, and we shouldn't be relying so heavily on off global cooldowns to make this enjoyable. You know, actually, I would do more like... I didn't mind the Guild Wars way of doing it because it wasn't a global cooldown, as each ability had a cooldown, right? And what bothers me, like, say about Monk, is that I like hitting... What am I doing? I like hitting... Or back when we first got it, I really liked the animation for... I still really like the animation for Forbidden Chakra. It just felt really, really meaty. It was a really cool attack. You don't really get to enjoy it as much anymore because you're beholden to the global and you're just hitting so much in a short window. Where I wouldn't mind it if, say, it auto crits, right? If Forbidden Chakra just takes longer and you can't necessarily what's the word I'm looking for? You wait to go back into your global. Though in this case it would be, you normally have like a 1.5. But then Forbidden Chakra just takes more time to execute, so you watch it. But like if you're watching something cool and you're getting the feedback from it, not being able to hit something else, I don't think feels too bad. I might be wrong in actual practice, but that's kind of where my head is at the moment. Oh, I needed the one. Me, Shimda. It's doing the dancing. Yeah. Yeah. I got some. So that if you're not on social media, I posted my thoughts, my little crash out on X. I still tried to be kind of more respectful and whatnot, but I was just frustrated, you know? So I let that frustration out. And typically, I understand it's an issue if you, like, put your opinions out there into the world, right? It's not always going to be received the proper way. Like, see, even that, with the dancing, yes, it's... I mean, it would be cool if each step kind of did an effect, like hit the boss, but you get the gratification. One, you're hitting buttons pretty frequently, you're seeing animations, you're getting the dings. Like, the dances for Dancer are actually really well done for standard and whatever step. There could be more of that, you know what I mean? But just the fact that it's put off is fine. Because you're getting the animation and then you get the big hit at the end. But yeah, that tweet out there, mostly support. I didn't get ratioed. It's a good ratio. We're almost at... I want to say we're almost at 1,000 likes on that one, which is nuts for me. Just run dungeons, your level. But what if we wanna do Relic? The only way. This dismissive form of human isn't. Yeah, somebody... This one, my man, Dancer begins at 60 with dance partner. People just don't play the game, I guess. So kudos to them, they at least didn't like their own tweet. And I go, Dungeon Roulette level sync. Just run dungeons your level or use alternative leveling methods for your level. Skullface. Bro, some people, they gotta be trolling. Come on. Come on. Some people just don't get it. Yeah, it really is just arguing. Or they're embarrassed that they didn't think about something so obvious, and now they're like, well. Where are we at now, though? Yeah, we're almost at 1,000. 928. getting toast here because I just don't have enough. It's me and one other person here. Anyway. And then there are a few, dancer's a really bad example because this and that. And it's like, it's the only one, bro. It's should I go through every single job then? I don't, it's a tweet. I already overwent my limit. Like, and at a certain point, people are just going to go, you know, 14 players don't read. I have to be concise. I mean, I don't mind discussion or having like an opposing point of view. It's frustrating. I'll admit that. I do get frustrated when it's just like people try and like stop it short. But if people are willing to engage, like I've had that before where I don't attack the person, right? So they say, I don't think this is going to work because, or whatever. I think, you know, just throwing it out there, I think this is not a great idea. We could... I see it going wrong in this way or that. Like, okay, well, and then I kind of put my points down, and they go, well, actually, we agree on this point and this point, but I don't think, like, this is why I think that it won't work, kind of a thing. And then you kind of get into the meat of it, and the actual discussion happens. And I like that being in my position because then I get to talk to people. I don't do the whole the snarkiness. You know, I've learned not to be a jerk to people. Just because they don't see things my way doesn't mean that they're lesser or dumb or whatever, and doesn't mean that their opinions aren't worth hearing. So I'm better. I've improved. This position that I'm in has been beneficial to me as a person. I'm glad about that because I easily go the other way as well in a lot of scenarios. So it's nice. It's nice having the chance and actually taking it to not be a dick. But everybody's running. We're dipping. We're dippity-doo-dying. And I'm dead. Okay. Yeah, but the thing, like, yeah, we had disagreements or whatever on Paladin, and then, but for me, then it's like, okay, I'm not going to argue with you or just dismiss you. I'm going to say to that, all right, hang on, maybe I'm not communicating this well enough. Let me go about this because I think we're talking about the same thing or we want the same thing out of it. You know, tempering, you can temper it. It's okay if people don't get the, you know, the completely on the same page or whatever, but it's it's just a work in progress every time. You have to go through that to get some good ideas, and we did come up with good ideas ultimately, you know. But what I've found, at least, though, and what you guys have helped me to achieve is, by the grace of God as well, but it when somebody comes at me, whatever, I try not to play the insult game, because that stops the argument entirely. I want people to come to our side. I want people to hear me out. I want people to understand what I'm saying, even if I'm being like, hey, what you're doing is not helpful. Like I call this person out, like, you're just being argumentative. It's not cool. It's not helpful. It doesn't. We're not nobody's benefiting from this. You know what I mean? We can stand. We can stand and fight. Nope. We're just gonna run. Okay, let's run. That's fine. I forgot this was PVR. Player versus run. I'm this close to going into the all chat and being like, the most used skill in PvP is sprint. Anyway. But yeah, I try and at least keep that door open, because a lot of times, like surprising amount of times, somebody will like want to argue or be super dismissive and snarky, and then I just point out my point of view. And I just give out my points. This is why I think this. I think you're misinterpreting this, or I don't think it'll be that bad, or if it is that bad, there's also this here that's also bad, or kind of along those lines. So that's where we need to be consistent. And like, there's also another. I don't know if they replied or whatever, but there was like, if you get all your stuff immediately, then you have a really boring 50 levels, after that. I go, I didn't say you don't get anything. Like, you get other stuff. And it's like, well, basically, that's what they resort to. Well, basically, it means you don't get much of anything. I'm like, other games have done this, and it's not a big deal. Obviously, you do have things that 14 doesn't have in other games, like skill trees and different kinds of builds and whatnot. And there's nothing stopping 14 from doing that, but I also don't think that they have to just copy other games. I'm just saying, it has been done before, which means there's no real detriment to it, as long as there is something, you're right, there needs to be something to look forward to, whether that's a piece of gear or a dungeon or other abilities, enhanced abilities. Like, you can still flesh out each class without backloading it. Because right now the issue, and I'm glad a lot of people spoke up, they're just like, dude, this is the worst. I just wish we could sync down with our skills. Because that's the easiest answer, right? Because you obviously don't want everybody to get their full kit immediately or too fast, because then it's too much to process. But so I have to look that 14 is a Japanese MMO, not a Western, so some logic is different. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm sure there's some. I don't exactly know what that means in terms of the design philosophies. I'd love to sit down with them and like figure out what they, or if somebody's done an analysis. Get Josh Strife Hayes on the phone. See if he knows what's going on between cultures. I know the Korean MMO formula, but yeah, it's like what can we do to make it fun and still Final Fantasy? You know what I mean? Make it fun, class identity. Because I guess maybe they're going off of, because in 11 it worked because dungeons weren't really a thing. Everything was basically open world. You had the burning circles. I don't know if those synced you, and I don't know if you got synced down if you lost all your spells in burning circles. But if you did, that was just like, this is level 40 content, so you go in as level 40. And you also didn't have a rotation in 11. It was a fundamentally different game. And it feels like they've still taken from 11 and been like, yeah, it worked in 11, it's going to work now, even though we have a rotation system. I think the rotation system is just inherently bad. Name other Japanese MMOs. I actually don't know of any that are specifically from Japan. That's why I'm not. I can't. When you say Japanese MMO design philosophy, I'm drawing a blank because I have nothing else to pull from than 14 personally. Man, for a RDPS, I am... Brother just try and freaking assassinate me? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Die. Die. Oh, wait, is Guild... So, Guild Wars is Japanese. Because Guild Wars was the thing I was focusing on, or that I was comparing it to. If Guild Wars is Japanese, then 14's fallen short. That's all. Where is NCSoft based? Korea. No, okay. Guild Wars is based out of Korea, or at least NCSoft is. Was Guild Wars 2 developed, or where was Guild Wars 2 developed? Guild Wars 2 is an developed by ArenaNet. So it's NCSoft, but it was developed by ArenaNet. So it's a US, technically a US or a Western MMO. Let's see. What are Japanese MMOs? Was Dragon Quest X? I mean, and it doesn't matter how long Phantasy Star Online has been here. If it's an MMO, it's an MMO. Even if it didn't do well, right? At 11, Dragon Quest X is on here. I didn't think 10 was an MMO though. They don't really have a lot. Do they just not have a lot? Ashes of Creation is an American. It's a Western one. New World is a Western one. Monster Hunter Frontier, technically, yeah. Yeah, my Discord account got hacked and I got banned from that server because of it, so I can't go back. Hooray. Oh, did this not count? Lame. That's kind of cool. It'd be cool if each dance had a finish. You used to have that you at least had that in 11, but... Image of the new MTG Secret Lair. What's this? Ooh, what's this? No shot. That's vile. That is nightmare fuel. What the hell? How dare you? How dare you put that in my eyeballs? What a day to have eyes. So yeah, I guess... See, Dragon Ball Online, Dragon Quest X, Dragon's Dogma. Oh yeah, Dragon's Dogma. I got pulled down. So they're not... Do they have like a general theme? Because Dragon's Dogma is an action RPG. And they kept that in the MMO. I did play it with a... what do you call it? VPN. Dragon Quest X I know nothing about. So, kiddo, Ariella, you know better. Honey. I'm talking to people, babe. At least ask next time, to be sure. Okay. So yeah, I don't know where to pull from their like a regional idea for design, because you have MMOs, but they're like very different genres. Like 11 and 14 are both Japanese MMOs. They're just insanely different though. But it's like, I guess it depends on what 14 wants to be, because 14's had an identity crisis since 1.0. You know what I mean? So they finally kind of found their stride, I think, with the battle content, and I agree with them on that. I've had a lot of fun with it, so I think that's good. And then I would build jobs around that content remaining fun. Only generalization you even agree on is theme park versus sandbox. Yeah. 14 is definitely in the theme park category, is what I've heard it labeled as. So yeah, I mean, if people have things to... The flowers look really good here. Did they update this area already? Looks nice. Did a good job. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to, because I'm trying to think culturally, right? Because you can at least say, Western MMOs don't rely as heavily on microtransactions, because that's generally true. I think RuneScape made that mistake, and they're walking that back. Korean MMOs, that is the very grindy and very much pay-to-win type thing. For a lot of them. What else here? But like gameplay mechanics wise, yeah. Anyway, let's move on from that. If there's anything like culturally that they tend to gravitate towards, I'd say you just look at the culture of 14 and kind of what it's already done. Like, yes, this is storytelling oriented. And that's kind of the thing. It's like, if I were making Final Fantasy 14, if somebody just came to me, I didn't know anything about this, and they were like, let's make another Final Fantasy MMO, I'd be like, all right, what would I want to do as my favorite Final Fantasy 14 jobs? You know? Because that's the big thing. It's all about different jobs and party comp and synergy and strategy. And current 14 doesn't really fit that bill. It's usually, as a whole for job design, this is a job. It has a rotation. You build stuff, you spend stuff. And you have a big window every 2 minutes. And it's that with a different coat of paint 14 different times. I would, so like going into this, one, I would just generally make the combat a bit snappier. I don't need a skill for every attack. If I'm on Monk, I want punch. I want to hit punch a couple times and that do different kinds of punches, and then kick a couple times and do that a couple of types of kicks, and then maybe mix and match them, and then have that do like an end thing. And then as you level up, you unlock chakra, you unlock a third combo, or a third level to each the punches and the kicks. Two biggest questions when creating the new MMO for mechanics is action, tab, target, and sandbar. Yeah. I mean, as far as like what the encounters are going to look like, the combat and whatnot. But for like design, for job design here, I mean, as much as I like the current fights, they are just basically, here's a damage sponge while you do a dance. Basically, you memorize these mechanics, do them right, and then deal enough damage. Unfortunately, there's no room in there at the moment for synergy, because obviously they don't want to do something in an MMO. As much as you want it to be an RPG, right, where you at least have your tank, your healer, and your DPS, right? But if you get too specific, like this job will synergize this way or this job will synergize that way, then certain jobs start to feel left out. And you kind of had that. We did used to have it with blunt resistance down and piercing resistance down, and like certain classes kind of like there's a point to team building and comp and whatnot, and then they're just like, I don't know what exactly was said. Like it's too. People are doing the one thing all the time now. So we don't want people to feel as like they have to play a certain thing, and we're forever stuck with the argument, well, somebody's going to not like that class in their party if it's not absolutely 100% Psycho, the best Ichiban. And so that means that they'll kick that class out of their party, and then that person will feel sad because they got kicked out of that party. And so instead of working into a system where cooperation is encouraged, we're just gonna base all our decisions off of the lowest low life manlet, friggin' baby face, whatever, person with no social maturity. And that's going to limit all our decisions moving forward, because the worst person is going to take advantage of this or do something wrong or be a jerk. So we're not going to let them be a jerk. You know? Balance of hardcore and casual players? Yeah, I don't think that necessarily plays into job design. Because like I said before, 14's a heavily story-based game. I would be perfectly fine if story content could be cleared, like story content, dungeons, all that stuff, could be cleared with an auto combo system. Like literally just set yourself to modern controls, and then buttons will light up, and you just hit the buttons that light up. Make it auto combo, you know, from Dragon Ball Fighters or modern controls in Street Fighter or whatever. Why does this keep? Dude, this thing is dying. This sucks. I need a new controller. Gosh dang it. But yeah, like I think there are legitimately people who would actually, it would make their day if you said, yeah, you only have to hit one button from now on to clear content. I think some people would be absolutely jazzed about that. So you don't really have to worry about them. They just want to clear the content. They want the path of least resistance. They want to watch their stuff, and they want to RP in the quicksand. Whatever. Let them do you. You're not hurting me at all. But then you have the more hardcore stuff, extremes and savages, and that requires you to know your kit and to kind of build your rotation and do all those things correctly. 11 had a huge problem with certain classes not able to find parties. Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, I would say that there were too many classes there that were really convenient. I don't want to say too many. That's kind of a negative connotation. Where are the freaking Porksies, dude? I know they're around here. But like there were certain things that made things more efficient. And that would just be a matter of, I don't know, like healer's always in high demand. Obviously, DPS much less, tanks in high demand. The usual thing, just because there are less of them in the party itself. Which I don't know. Do we address that at a certain point? Because for dungeons, it doesn't really matter. The split is okay. But dude, somebody help me out. Where the F are these Porksies, dude? I know they're here. I see them in my mind's eye. I just can't find them with my eye. Where are these stupid things? Where are these piggies, man? Feel like challenge and story content? I mean, that's fine. But we gotta kind of pick... What I'm saying is we gotta pick and choose our battles. The wall on the north side. Somebody's saying southeast. Southeast. Like up here? Because that's the... They're not going to be in there. Alright, the north wall. It's outside the cave in the... Like up over here? Not this one. I'm sorry. You guys are you're trying to be helpful here. And I'm not being... Oh, like over here. Over here. Got it. I see it. What I'm saying is that's how I would balance it, because yeah, some people do want challenge out of story content, but that's not why you play story content at the same time. So that is something that as a mid-core player, a raider, I would concede, because I can still do my rotation and like do it faster, and that's fine. But if I want hard contents, I don't think, hey, I'm gonna go into story content for a challenge. You know, I want a thrill right now. Let's boot up the EX trial, or the EX dungeon roulette. So people who want to play story, I mean, for the most part anyway, they're just booting up trusts anyhow. So like anything that you can do with a trust, just auto combo. I would like it if they still added mechanics and stuff to those dungeons so that people can learn. But Bright Cliff, Split Hole. Oh, I should be queuing up while I'm doing this. While I have bonus. Because there's always going to be like a kind of rivalry or whatever for the attention of the devs between hardcore and casual players. But there are some, in my mind, pretty easy concessions. Like, just let them have it. They can have that. We'll get this thing. You know, gentleman's agreement. We're not going to complain about how easy story content is, and you're not going to ask them to simplify extreme trials and ultimates and savage content. Stay in your freaking lane. I'm And obviously there's never going to be a make everybody happy solution. I don't think anybody thinks that. I just don't like it as the argument of, well, there's going to be this and this wrong. It's like, all right, good, acknowledged, awesome. Is that worse than what we have now? Is it a step in the right direction? Are more people happy? Are there more compromises that don't hurt each group? Where the split hole? There we go. Jeez Louise. I see better. Yeah, I could see that. That's mostly on the devs. The devs currently have, as much as I want to be like, I feel for you guys. I'm on your team. We are getting longer and longer and longer gaps between content with less content. So it's like, I do want more. I think more options is good. I think I like, on paper, I really like the idea of the deep dungeon difficulty scaling. Personally, I just wish they would stop giving crafted gear, making crafted gear so much better than the raid tier gear from the previous tier. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But you got the gear early. Yeah, to do like nothing with. I'm fine if the crafted gear is a catch-up. I don't like it being on par with or better than raid gear. Not to mention some people... Let's see. Gives a chance for casuals to slowly get into it. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But you're also... They're also coming into this issue of people not playing the older content for the newer players, which is why they're really ham-fisting or railroading us into doing it if we want extra stuff. So like this relic being exclusively roulette content. Can't wait for people to start whining at the deep dungeon. Well, it shouldn't be too hard. And if... Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though, is that the only people you should listen to the complaints of for certain content are the people doing the content. You know what I mean? If an ultimate has ultimate raiders struggling because of crit variance and this and that being like way too tight or way too like unpleasant, then you can be like, all right, we need to balance that a little bit more. We need to scale it back. But if a casual player who's never cleared a Savage is saying, oh, well, I want the rewards, so make it easier for me. No. 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 Complain about it. Absolutely. Go on the forums. You're free to do that. But no. Absolutely not. No. You don't get easier stuff. Get better. Put in the work. Do the content. Get your rewards. That's the point of rewards. But see, people who do that are exactly why I say you could just make an auto combo or an auto rotation. Just hit the button auto rotation for lower level stuff, and these people wouldn't bat an eye. They would actually be happy. They'd be like, dude, this is awesome. Finally, I just get to log in and collect loot. That's all some people want. And they can get mad at me for being like, you just want an idle MMO. That's fine. I'm sure they have them out there, but don't advocate for our MMO to be an idle MMO. I don't want that. You do. You do. You do want that. Yeah, I think you're a good comment. You've got the right thing. What I would say to you is that it's not as bad as you think it is. Honestly. You need a good group. Scaling content would be fine if we had decent rewards. Because all that we have right now for rewards are cosmetic stuff. You get your mount, you get a glam, you get a title, whatever. But like actual gear, it's tome gear, it's raid gear. And then 24-man gear. That's it. You don't get anything else. There's nothing else. There's nothing for stats. There's nothing for, there's nothing for a build that you're going for. There's no unique stats or abilities that certain gear or gear sets have. So this is level 70. I have standard stat. This isn't too bad. I think curing walls would be cool if you had it like if you could keep it going. I want to keep healing. As long as you like every time you hit the dance step, it did a pulse of healing. And then maybe you get an ability to dance faster. And then have a dance where you're doing the same thing. But every time you hit the dance move correctly, it does an instance of like single target damage. That'd be cool. That'd be neat. Dancer's not too hard. We should do that, Reed. Yeah, that was a good idea. Dancer's pretty... This is an easy one to redesign, dude. This one's no biggie whatsoever. Yeah, most people are upset, though, like, with the homogenization of classes and whatnot, which I agree with. Do I think the devs are incompetent or that they need to be attacked? No. Am I a little upset that this has gone on for so long without being addressed? Yes. Mostly because, like, I've been working on my game for actively about 2.5 years, right? And after I made my announcement for everything, for the Kickstarter and whatnot, and then I saw, oh yeah, spending most of your time on your class in the lowest level kind of sucks. I should change that. And I've spent like a month reworking everything to redo what levels people got stuff at. Because I thought like a player. You know, at first I was like, I'm in designer mode. I want people to earn it, and I want them to like build up to it and feel good and like kind of ease into it and then get the really cool stuff at the end. And I was thinking about it like in actual like practice. Like that sucks. That sucks having to wait. Because I originally had it like, what, 7 levels or something? Eight levels in the archetype of 15. And even though I wasn't getting like a whole lot of feedback and stuff at the time of people like trying it out, it was still... I thought about it and I was like, oh, that's rough. So... it makes me question if the devs are level syncing. If they're playing it and they're like... because the big thing about Final Fantasy games is that it's a Final Fantasy game, right? Like, do you get what I'm saying with that? Like, the whole thing with a Final Fantasy game is the class system, the jobs, and then the special limit breaks that you get. And the synergy of being a... strategy-based, turn-based game. I've tried to think of how to make an MMO a turn-based game without being absolutely mind-numbingly boring. Have not succeeded yet, but it is something that I kind of tease myself on. I'm like, oh, well, I wonder if, you know. How could Usually not worth the effort, but given the current environment of people are used to being given everything. And that's the thing, is that there's a market for that. I don't want this to be taken right as me saying if you just like that kind of easy-going game, which I like too sometimes, that's okay. But there's a market for you. There are games for you. You can ask people or request other companies like that to make a game like that for you. But don't try. I don't think that 14, the devs in 14, should cater to that audience, because that's not an MMO audience. You know, this is a theme park MMO. You're supposed to do a whole bunch of stuff, and you're supposed to earn a bunch of stuff and like level up and get gear and unlock things and do content and try to do harder content and get the cool thing and show it off to your friends, right? I think they've done all right with PvP. What they failed with PvP after Crystalline Conflict, which was a home run, in my opinion. I think Crystalline Conflict has been great, but big issue is bots and win traders. Like, it's nuts. You see a season start, and then people are like posting on social media, "Yay, I'm at Crystal 1." And you're like, "Excuse me? Like, are you win trading?" Oh, of course you would. You were jealous. Of course you would say I'm win trading. It's like, how are you doing it otherwise? I'm just confused. Maybe you are that much better than me. I don't know. Just putting it out there. It's a little weird. Anyway. I would be perfectly happy with PvP giving raid level gear. Yeah. Like, that's what I want to do if I design an MMO, right? Is that true? Why they complain the lattice? Yeah, it's... I really wish OGP would learn to filter feedback. And he's not a bad dev for not listening to certain feedback. And he's not a bad dev if people are mad at him. That's just the facts. Personally, I think I understand why they cater to the lowest denominator, because they want to cast the widest net so that most people play. I believe that you can do that without compromising the fun of people at the upper level. Just as much as I think you can give people at the upper level things that they want to do and things that they can earn without compromising the enjoyment of people on the lower level. Like, there are compromises that can be made that in the end aren't that big a deal. And yeah, you're going to have people that complain and they're like, "Oh, this isn't fair. This is dumb. You're catering to them and not us." And then they actually get it and they're like, "Oh, it's not that bad." You know? Usually what happens. What was I saying? Totally lost my train of thought. Casual audience pays the bills. I'm totally fine with that. But I think there's a difference between the casual player and the give me everything for free, please. Let me log in and collect my loot. Like, those people would absolutely mess themselves up if Square added a daily login bonus. Like, if they turned it into a mobile game, there would be a lot of people who play the game right now that would be so happy. It's just, if they do that, then they take away... I think they hurt the general casual and hardcore player base a lot more. So, you know what I mean? We're kind of diving into... Well, what's the vibe of this conversation? Design philosophy again, but also like the casual versus hardcore. I can get both of these without them being... Hey, might have been able to get that third one too. Also, I was thinking about this, and I think I found a better way to put it. I don't know, interrupting my thoughts again. But one, I don't think that putting, like I said before, I don't think that putting everything on one button, if it's just a 1, 2, 3 rotation like they've done in PvP, I don't think that makes things dumbed down or too easy. It's just reducing button bloat on something that's never going to change anyway. So, but then me saying that you can have fun with just one button, and then being like, oh, well, I don't like syncing down because I only have 2 or 3 buttons. The problem is, I think my biggest problem with it is the global cooldown. Being 2.5 and not having any off globals, and then having the abilities not really not really give the feedback that I want to make it feel satisfying. It's how slow it feels. It's not just how few buttons you have to press, it's how slow it is. It's gosh dang slow, dude. It's time for the Jesse raid. Thank you, sir, once again. I hope you're having a good times here yapping. Welcome, everybody. Anyway, what I was saying, all right. What I wanted to do for my own MMO, if I ever wanted to make one, is have it so that... Because what's the point of an MMO? What's the point of multiplayer? Cooperation or competition? And sometimes, in like the case of MOBAs and PvP and stuff, it's cooperation for competition. So... I would... have the big 3, right? The crafters, gatherers, the PvPers, and the PvEers. And then each of their things that they do could then help the other. Like if you had a guild, you wouldn't just have to do PvP. You could, and like get your gear through PvP. You know, the higher you go, the more stuff you unlock. You get your rewards. Cool, fine. Crafters and gatherers get to go out, gather, and make really cool stuff. Cool, perfect, awesome. And then raiders or PvEers kill stuff, get the loot, equip the loot, get the cool stuff. Awesome. But then you have the let's say like a guild versus guild island, right? You out there, you got a group, cooperation, and then you're competing against each other guilds, competition. The PvPers go out and fight the other guilds to like earn a spot, right? Earn a spot on the island. And then that spot yields a dungeon or a special area for like really good gathered stuff. Or maybe it makes it really efficient. So maybe like the best stuff isn't locked behind there, but it's all condensed. So you have like the best or the richest iron veins or and then the gatherers benefit from that. And then like the guild synergizes together and there's a purpose towards cooperation. Wouldn't people say you don't know how to weave or copy issue like compare to WoW for one? I mean, I don't really mind what people say what I can and can't do. But I'm not sure if that's what you mean. Sorry. Because like having your rotation like a 1, 2, 3 on one button doesn't. These things need to be dragged apart. Or no, we got to kill these things first. There we go. Other people complain how boring. So yeah, that's the thing. That's part of what I was addressing before, because we went to like Guild Wars 2 for a bit, and you start off the game with like 1 or 2 buttons. It's not about the buttons that you're pressing; it's how you feel after you press the buttons. Because, like I said before, go to a great sword user in Monster Hunter, and try to convince them that hitting one button over and over is not fun. That's all they want to do all the time, all day. And I'm not saying just keep everything to one button. I'm saying if you have Cascade that goes into Fountainfall every single time, this doesn't require 3 buttons. This is no more entertaining to hit 3 buttons than 1 button. PvP is just fine, because even with condensed stuff, and you can still weave with that. So then I would still have off globals that then empower the basic combo, or have other classes that have not 1 button but 2 buttons, and then they combo into each other. And the more you mix and match, then you get different results, stuff like that. But the thing with Guild Wars 2, sorry, I'm really bad with not finishing my tangents. The thing with Guild Wars 2 was that we were playing it, and everything felt really good. The buttons felt responsive. The animations were cool. It wasn't like a global cooldown thing, but I had fun going around just hitting my buttons. And I only had like 1 or 2 attacks. But those 1 or 2 attacks felt really satisfying to use, because there was good feedback. It was like 1.5 seconds to do the basic attack, and then I was on the hunter. So if I did the, I'm trying to heal you guys. Then if I did the one where I'm like loosing a bunch of arrows, then that's like a channel, but you're watching it go on. That was still satisfying, and you don't have that in 14. I was way too late on that. Where just hitting your buttons doesn't really feel good. You have to go through your entire rotation to finally get to the 2-minute, where it finally gives you the satisfying part of everything. Yeah, and I tried out Mesmer as well. Mesmer was pretty cool as well. At the same time, though, that's also a thing that 14 fails at, is that 14 does not have... Oh, great. Sorry, I got to do math. 14 is 1 attack, 1 animation, 1 damage number. That feels awful. I hated Demolish for the longest time. I still don't like it very much. Because it's an animation with 5 attacks, 1 damage number. I'm only getting feedback from 1 part of the attack, which is the end. More damage numbers, more monkey brain. Why is Helm Splitter, Spirit Helm Splitter in Monster Hunter so satisfying? Because it's multi-hit. And I see all those numbers come up. Why is... like, imagine you're playing Dual Blades in Monster Hunter, and you do the Demon Flurry, and you only see 1 damage number once the animation's done. Flamethrowers are good. Yeah, so they can do it. Flamethrower is fun. And again, I'm hitting 1 button and then watching a channel. It's not super engaging, right? But I'm having fun with it. It looks fun. It's cool because I'm getting that feedback. It feels good. It just needs to feel good. And then you add complexity on top of that. I'm not saying take away complexity at all. I think things should be low-level complexity, and then there should be high-level complexity options. But what I'm saying is that more buttons for the exact same result every single time doesn't equal complexity to me. For example, Monk does not work for having 1 button for all their stuff with the current system, because it's a branching system. You have to go from this one to that one. And now this one's buffed, so then you go to that one. And then that one's not buffed anymore, so then you have to buff it again. You go back to the first one. Could be the system too. Yeah, but then like somebody said, they've got flamethrower, so I don't know. Like, and we're talking about games like Guild Wars 2. Like, how bad did they make the groundwork of the game, where an older game that runs on a really bad laptop can do more than this one? You know what I mean? Again, still an advocate of them taking a few years off and just reworking the system. But they won't do that. Square won't. Square won't. What would I say is the most complex job in 14? Oh, these days? Let's see. I've leveled them all, but I haven't actually played them all. Because you can level without really playing them. I would say Monk is up there. Don't know if this is right. It is right. Monk's up there. I'm not saying that to stroke my ego. I'm saying that because usually I talk about Monk and people are like, that one, I could never wrap my head around Monk, kind of a thing. So I hear that about Monk a lot. Ninja used to be. I don't know how Ninja's now. Ninja's got a lot going on, and I don't quite understand it. I don't know if that's necessarily complex or if I just need time to figure it out. I think Ninja's up there. You think Scholar's complex? You can't put get Black Mage off that list right now. High level Samurai is complex. Really? See, because for me, Samurai is the job I play when I want to turn my brain off. That's fine, Atlas. I'm not gonna say Guild Wars 2 does everything great. I just have really fond memories of it. I never really did endgame content. I'm saying as from a casual point of view, it's really fun. And they don't have to be perfect to say, hey, they actually do some stuff right. So it doesn't have to be perfect or do everything correctly for them to have a good feedback system and for things to like run better than a newer game. Fair criticism is fair, though. For the current event is really good too, so I'm gonna try that out. Hey Vanguard, welcome. I'm in a mood. I'll be nice, don't worry. You use transpose to switch between ice and fire. Oh, okay. Are we supposed to... I can't remember how this works. What does it want me to do? It wants me to be on the ground? Okay. A lot of people got petrified there. Is there going to be a DLC sale soon? Stock happier stuff? That's my whole brain right now, is finding solutions to things that aren't working. No, the whole point is like find things that are working. So, yeah, it's I'll show you what I think there are things that you can do that are a bit more technical for like maximizing your damage on Black Mage. I just don't know. I don't know those ins and outs. That's where I like the balanced Discord, because it's like, okay, thanks for crunching the numbers and letting me know this works. Because some people were like, why aren't you doing the fire opener? I'm like, because for the past 8 years I've been doing, it's been ice opener. And this way you actually get the full thing for Flare Star. Always love that. Why aren't you doing X? So I was like so accusatory. Was I supposed to? Feels accusatory. Black Mage is also a class that I've had in my repertoire for over a decade. Or I probably played it for about 8 years. So I've seen it kind of evolve. Went back to it in Shadowbringers for all that good stuff. When they like added despair and all that. That was new. Interesting, fun. Anyway, but yeah, monks up there. Dragoon is very samey, so I won't say that. Like you basically just do the rotation and that's it. The only thing that's complicated about Samurai is that you have a dot to maintain, and it's the only class that, one of the only classes that still has that, aside from Bard. So you got to pay attention a little bit there. What else? Did I ever have like... I think Sage is complex. Scholar I don't think is complex, personally. Obviously this is going to be like opinions, so subjective, right? Behind this guy. Oh, he coming. Oh, I got knocked into it. Ow! F. During Endwalker, when I was back on melee for a bit, I would go on like monk, and then my brain would get tired, and I'd go, okay, I'm on samurai now. Samurai is still one of the best design jobs. It's the best, one of the best feeling jobs. Black Mage used to be up there. I like what they've done with it. Nothing's going to top getting Firestarter procs for me. And like that being your big hitter. Like I loved it not having a strict rotation. That to me was a lot of fun. Wasn't super complicated, but it was enjoyable. You know what I mean? And instead of doing making everything a 2-minute rotation, they just should have gotten rid of ouch. They should have gotten rid of either get rid of the raid-wide buffs that need to be on all the time or at certain points, or just make them like a resource-based thing. I don't know. Oh, I haven't rolled on any of this stuff. Sorry, party members. Apologize. Do I have these? Oh, I don't have that. Keep. Hot mage. Yay, extra experience. Picto's good. Picto had a lot of good feel as well. Find Sage easier than Scholar. See, it's just, I guess it's all the Eucrasia stuff that it kind of goes over my head. What it turns into, keeping track of stuff. Astro's got a lot going on with maintaining the cards and doing that on rotation. It's a little bit weird for me. Rolling the loot, I don't care about the music that much. Yeah, people were saying tank arranged yesterday. Is kind of the thing for what new jobs might be coming up. Could be a straight tank healer, though I think they like to keep things relatively balanced. So we've got 4 healers right now, so they're going to want to do 4 tanks. I don't think they'll do 4 tanks and then 5 healers. Though more healer options isn't a bad thing. Anyway, Black Mage. Let's go to... Are there dummies in Kalusia here? Last tank job... No, last tank job was Gunbreaker. Shadowbringers. Let's go to my house. I'll pay the toll. So what I think people do for fire opener is, what would they do? They would precast, I think they do fire 3. Hit, apply the dot. 2, 3, 4. And Flare Star in there. Oh, you gotta make sure to hit that. Reapply the dot. Once you're out, then you... Oh, make sure you hit that. To build the Xenoglossy. Then you go into Blizzard. Blizzard 4. Paradox. Get your rocks off. Then fire 3. Then just repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reapply dot. 5, 6. Paradox if you didn't use it for movement. Despair. Then back to Blizzard. We got the Fire Starter proc. So then we just do this again. Boom, boom. No cast fire. Then back to it again. Fire 4, reapply dot. Oh yeah, the AoE rotation is so much fun for Black Mage. So that'd be High Blizzard, Freeze, and then you can get 2 of these off. High Fires. Actually, 3. Flare. Flare. I just don't know if that's like optimal damage wise. But yeah, you could also just do flare, consume all those. Flare, and the flare star. Flare is the big reason why I really liked Black Mage. Flare was such a good penultimate ability. Optimal rotation is to skip the fire 2 and... Oh, okay. Okay. Right? So, okay. So let me... Hang on. Let's reset here. So, if you... Oh, hang on. You still gotta... So you regenerate... You still you gotta regenerate your mana. Skip F2 and B2. So... You need... You still need to, like, get into fire and then just flare. Barely use flare? Yeah, no, flare is... It's still... For a long time, it was the best... One of the best damage abilities, still. Oh, you just use transpose for that. After flare started, use freeze. Okay, so... Oh. I see what you mean. Okay, okay. So you mean Blizzard 3. Okay. That's confuzzled me. So... Yeah, I was wondering if that was optimal. I didn't bother to math it out because I don't like math. So that's mana war. So transpose, then freeze. And that automatically... No, I'm thinking something wrong. What's going on? What am I missing? Use transpose after flare start to use freeze. You get just enough MP. So like that. So transpose, freeze, go into fire, and then 2. Or do you transpose, freeze, transpose, it seems faster to do just the fire 2. You're all good, troop. Then use another GCD for the foul. Okay, then the transpose. I see. Okay, I missed that part. So boom, boom, or no, yeah. Then the free, or yeah, that and then. Neat. Today I learned. Cool beans. I just don't have. I would need to put transpose somewhere on somewhere that's easier to. This game's funny, dude. So I was like, there's what they intended for you to do, and then there's what people find out that's like actually better. All right. I guess Firestarter proc would work as well if you had it. Yeah, but that's basically Black Mage. Use Blizzard 3 and either Freeze or Blizzard 4 to get back the Umbral Ice stacks. And those basically reduce the cost of some Fire ones, which allow you to get 6 off for Fire 4. And then let's see. Ninja... Samurai is super, super easy for me. because I could just be playing it wrong too. But I'm pretty sure currently, get your speed buff. You get your buff. Get this, hit this. It's a lot of buttons. Don't know if it's optimal to do that right away. Something like that. Then your dot. Then this. Then this. I typically go for Gecko and Kasha because they require 3 GCDs. And then as you get Kenki, you spend the Kenki. And then after that, get 1 flower. Get your positional. Get 2 flowers. Get your positional. Get 3 flowers. Oh. Make Yoshisui. Buffs you up again. Don't spend the Kenki yet. Spend the Kenki now. That's basically the rotation. I don't know the opener. I don't know the optimal opener for Black Mage. If you want to do the fire one, it would be fire 3. Apply the dot. Use amplifier. And then you cast 1, 2, 3. Hang on the 4. Flare. And then convert. 1, 2. Make sure to do the fire start or the paradox every time you switch from fire to ice. It's the same every time. Reapply your dot when you can. And then after that, this one, you won't get the full stacks, but you'll get another to spare. And that's when you go Blizzard 3, Blizzard 4, Paradox, get a Xenoglossy if you're about to overcap, Fire 3, and then start doing Fire 4s. Keep an eye on your dot, reapply the dot. You can save it for movement or to make sure that you don't accidentally do cast more than you're supposed to. For Paradox, make sure you use Despair. And then, of course, you can save Xenoglossies for burst phases. Use extra stuff to burn down the dot timer to reapply without too much downtime. Swift casts. When you need movement. Oops, I screwed that up. And then convert comes back off. You just go straight back into your fires. Reapply dots when appropriate. Amplifiers back up. Make sure you hit that bad boy. See, this is also what I mean. Why I'm mostly hitting one button on Black Mage the entire time. I'm having a blast. It is so much fun watching the cast bar go up so fast. You're getting feedback every single time. You got that camera shake, that motion blur, the brief motion blur on the effects. Boom. Boom. You well, camera shake, that deep rumble. You see the damage number. You see the explosion. You feel it. Despair I don't like. Despair I still don't like because it goes psst. The effect is cool, but psst. When you get psst, and then psst. Some people really disagree with me on it. Some people love how Despair is. I don't. I think it needs something else. It feels like a gunbreaker attack. But I still, I mean, back in the day, this was it. This was the rotation. Fire. I always wanted them to do something like the more you leveled, the higher your stats were, the more you got then fire starter proc. Boom. It's like good job, son. You get a reward. Like that's how Firestarter always felt to me. Felt so good. Sometimes you got unlucky, sometimes you didn't. Not in the opener, don't hit ice until you hit the second despair. Yeah, I really wish that you got 2 charges of Fire 3 just because of how the server ticks go in this game. You'd overcap on the Fire 3 sometimes. Getting 2 Firestarter procs because you didn't see it in time, that always sucked. Yeah, you're good, Common. So what you want to do is think about it in terms of your main things are going to be Flare Star and Despair. So when you're going from starting in fire, you know, you hit your ley lines or whatever if you're not moving, get all your buffs up, and then you're hitting Fire 4 to get your Flare Star stacks. Despair when you can't hit Fire 4 anymore. Convert. Fire 4 2 more times to get that 6 stack. Go straight into Flare Star. Make sure you hit the Paradox. And then keep an eye on dots. Just the Fire Force because that's your damage ability, right? Do it as many times as you can. Finish off with Despair and you can't do it anymore. Then Blizzard 3. Blizzard 3, Blizzard 4, Paradox, upkeep stuff. Ultima, such devastation. I don't think we're ready for that. Black Mage, I really wouldn't change much. For, like, reworking stuff, I would like to see different, more the elemental spells. Like, it works how it currently is, where Lightning's the dot, Blizzard gets you mana back, but I don't know. Maybe some cooler Blizzard spells. I'd love to throw, like, Icicle Spears. Like giant Icicle Spears at the target or something to get stuff back. It doesn't really work, though, in 14 because there's no elemental weaknesses. So it worked in 11 because it's like, what is this thing weak to? Oh, fire? Okay, I'm going to use fire. What's it weak to? Lightning? Okay, I'm going to use lightning. What's it weak to? You know. Enemy HP percent on enemy list. That'd be a nice toggle, yeah. Sorry, with Fire 1's cast time and reducing to 2 seconds, it's less of an issue now. That's fair. That's fair. Frost Star, oh yeah. PvP's got a lot of cool stuff, man. Like I said, I really like the design of it. I just don't like the cheaters. I don't like the cheaters and I don't like the win traders. Because maybe it is my fault that my team fails all the time, but it felt really bad. Anytime, like there would be times where we would steamroll. I'm like, I don't think we're that good, and then we would get steamrolled. Like there was no cohesion, no focus, no nothing. We're just gonna focus the tank, and people get mad at me for that, but We're going to focus the tank. We're going to focus the different targets. We're going to focus the person that's got defensive cooldowns up. Don't understand cheating in PvP. People just want rewards. People want the rewards. They don't want the effort. To normal folks, it makes no sense because the whole point is to prove that you've done something, that you're good. It's competition. Some people don't like competition. So. We'll match in front lines where we fought in the middle for the whole match for the square point. Yeah. As long as people are actually fighting in front lines. I said it before, I'll say it again. The most used ability in front lines is sprint. We're holding this point. Oh no, people are coming to fight us. Run away. Okay. Anyway, we have more to go through. Machinist to me is still weird. I know I got flagged. People say it's the easiest one. I just... The abilities lined up weird for me. I like things like drill. I like chainsaw. I like reassemble. But it's weird. It's weird. I wouldn't say it's complex. It's just the way like the optimal combo that people have found is just awkward. And if you drift a little bit on your GCD, it feels super weird. I always felt like it was either lagging really badly for when I needed abilities during my 2-minute, or they were like up really quick. It's just, I guess, super tight is what I would say. Machinist feels more like a ping check. That's also very accurate. Let's see. Warrior's probably one of the most complex classes out there. Sorry, kidding. Let's go through the list. I have everything. Reaper's pretty straightforward. Reaper didn't even get anything new this expansion. Got traits, which wouldn't be bad if like traits felt good or something, but it's just new traits. Viper, I got to 100. I don't know how to play it. I'm pretty sure it plays itself. Doesn't have the proper gear. I do. Pretty sure you like hit this thing to start off, and then I think this one with arm up is the rear. Yeah, up the butt is how I remember that one. Then you hit those two buttons, then you hit the flank, hit the other two buttons, hit Uncoiled Fury, hit those buttons, hit it again, flank. Oh, should have hit the butt. And then follow the flashing lights. Or no, so now I've got this cross buff. So that's how I want to end it now. So then it like depends on how you start, I guess. I got this. And then got this, reawakened. You hit button, then you hit this button and that button, and then you hit this button and that button. Then you hit this button, I guess, first. I don't know. I don't know what the end goal there is. This one's a little tricky just because I'm not used to it. Once you get used to it, it's better. Then you can see the icon when it comes up. But like this is a prime example of you don't need... Like imagine if you had to do Viper, but they weren't all on one button. That would be a nightmare, dude. Speaking nothing of the carpal tunnel. We have Monk. Yeah, it's kind of true. Monk makes a little bit more sense not to do it, which is why I would prefer if Monk was more combo based than rotation based. That's just the whole other thing, like my design philosophy for it. I'm gonna make the video at some point and I'll refer people to that. I've been downloading all the VODs and stuff that I've had discussing it, which will basically be self-explanatory for everything else. Like I don't have to do design video. I could do a design video for every job, but I just want to get the idea out there. You know, the idea is just a punch and a kick. You can make it. You could start the game with blitz, essentially. Just mix your punches and your kicks, and you get different finishers based on what ones you hit. White Mage is the easiest. Summoner is very easy right now. Only thing is, like, you learn the fight, and then you learn which stance or which summon is safest or more optimal. I know in M4, I was always deciding when to hit Garuda so that the puddle lasted. When was the boss not moving? See a lot of shakers behind me. Which one's my favorite? The girl next door. It broke, unfortunately, so it's just a display now. But she's got the Virgin Killer sweater, and I really like that one. So she's very nice. This one's pretty good too. I like this one because the chest isn't. I don't like when things are drawn and they're just perfect cylinders or perfect spheres. When you can see like a little bit of squish. I'm a connoisseur. What can I say? My favorite drink is favorite flavor is the Just Melon. It's like the Japanese muskmelon flavor, and I love that. Anytime we go into town, there's the like Korean and Asian shops. I get the cream melon soda, or the melon cream soda. Get like 6 of them. Bring them back. But yeah, just melon is by far my favorite. I go to town on that at least once or twice a day. I try not to have subs in every thing of water, so I can have some clear liquids in me. But yeah, that's the one I'm like, I always ask for them to like, can we send you anything? I'm like, just melon, another uncaffeinated one, please. It's very good, very good. Code Nest 10% off. Seriously, it pays just about as much as YouTube. You guys are nuts. I appreciate y'all. Red Mage. Yeah, Red Mage is a little trickier. I don't think I did. I don't know emotional damage. Do I have that one? I think they sent that one to me. The gamer part's good. The other ones are the strawberry cream is discontinued. That one was a favorite of mine. The Shy Lily one's really good. I'm gonna be enjoying the snake oil. Is that what it's called? Hang on. There's snake oil. Yeah. It's apple. So it's gonna be seasonal here now that we're in fall. What else do we have here? We've got the Sakura Splash is good. It's like a cherry vanilla. Mango. The mango's a good one. The thing with the Gamer Subs flavors though that I found is that you have to like air them out a little bit or kind of shake the flavor up, because if you leave it in the thing too long, it starts tasting a little plasticky, and like just out of the just opened, it's a little plasticky, but after that it's a lot best. It's a lot better. That's it. The OG flavors I have, like the lemonade and stuff, the blueberry, those were okay. Those were all right. Brand Risk was pretty good if you like peach. Raw meat if you like watermelon. Oh, surprisingly, the JoJo's rock fruit flavor, really complex. I like that one a lot. That one and the Bloodlust was really good. Those are, because they were like, let us send you more. And I was like, oh, I'll pick these two. Or I think they added a couple more for me. They're awesome. I love working with them. They're fantastic. That's funny, the my computer saying the weather right now is partly sunny. We did get rain today. I'm very happy about that. Oh yeah, new shaker, I think today. New shakers today. If you buy a tub, you get the shaker. Make sure to add the shaker to your checkout cart. And Codenest works with that. I would love it. Unfortunately, I'm not an anime girl, which means I don't get as many sales. My brother got his gift. Oh, good comment. I was letting everybody know. I totally forgot about it. Friday rolls around. That's when they normally do their deals. Does Hans get sales? No, Corey got sales. Jessica gets sales. So I have people at the Gaming Swag are like, if you have any other ideas, I'm like, there are other people in my group. Like that's kind of the selling point of my channel. It's the other people in my group, and most of the jokes center around them. So I'm super thrilled that we hit the threshold to ship, and I got paid for that, which was great. But yeah, it's like I need permission to sell their stuff, because it's like, yeah, we could do other things and whatnot, but I'd be promoting it and only getting a smaller cut, because that's the only way they'd agree to it. I'll have to make a recommended list at some point. Yeah, the Drak plush is still in stock, I think, this week. During the sales week. Let me see if I can get the link for you guys, if anybody's interested. Actually can't type in chat at the moment. Plan with somebody later, but I'm not sure. Let's see. What was it? I'm gonna have to. I'll go into. I have to go into Twitch and YouTube separately. So that one and this one. There you guys go. Take it easy, troop. So yeah, they had the spares just in case there were damages for anything shipped out. Do one more thing if I can luck out. I don't want to. Did I just do the alliance? We just did the alliance. Thank goodness. To the trial. Also, I ordered 2 Drak plushes. I need to do a giveaway at some point. I just don't like doing them. So they've been sitting here for a couple months. But I have 2 more. I have the. Where's my other one? Oh, there he is. See him. See. He's on top of my Prismatic Evolutions box. Anyway, yeah, for Black Mage having, yeah, it basically works. I think Black Mage is satisfying at every stage because you have a core. Like, Black Mage is a really well-designed job. I think you could probably get more from Black Mage earlier, for sure, to be better. Because, let's see, you get Blizzard and you get Fire. Level 1 and 2, that's fine. And then nothing until 15. I guess because you're Thaumaturge. What else do you get? Yeah, you need something else. You need something else. Scathe is pointless. Get rid of this. Make room for something else. I wouldn't say Fire 3. So you have Fire 2. What else? Do you, where's Thunder? Thunder is level 6. So you do have that. I know why they have Fire 3 back here. I just... The Firestarter proc is just so fun. It's just too late. It should be a 30 unlock. Blizzard 3 and Fire 3 should be a level 30 thing. For sure. And then up to 50, then you get Flare. Wait. Oh, right. I'm on Black Mage right now. Yeah, I think the progression of Black Mage is actually pretty good. Because it feels good. Like, you know what I mean when I'm saying feel, right? What level are we? 70. Okay, we got to give Dance Partner. Who better to partner with than the dancer? Yeah, Flare at 50 is fine because it doesn't change anything, really. Like, Black Mage is just super well designed. Because you have a core, which is fire and ice. And then it just gets... It gets more fleshed out the more you do. I still wish you kept some of it. I still wish the Firestarter proc thing was similar. You know what I mean? Like, if a Fire 4 could proc into something else, I'd like that. I'd appreciate that. And that's the point where making it a rotation is bad. Because I think putting everything on a rotation holds it back. If you took rotation away and just let Black Mage get procs and stuff, S tier. S tier. But being like beholden to a 2-minute window, you have to hit your buttons at a specific time all the time. You can't delay it. Hey, Shoddy. Roulettes are going pretty well. My blood pressure's down. We're doing all right. I'm glad we came to this realization, though, because that'll help for the video and stuff, and for me to, like, talk to people about it, because it's not that they haven't done anything right. It's just that I forgot that there used to be rotation agnostic classes and jobs. So the fact that those exist, we have something to draw from. Like, hey, they've done it. Let them do it again. Yo. I don't desire to stand on you. Please stop making me stand on you. Dude, I'm skinny as hell. I'm so skinny, dude. Haha. Divine epicness. Also fun mechanics. We need some more fun mechanics. Catch the sword. Block the thing. Do this, do that kind of stuff. Like, just interact. And that's another thing that rotations stop. Is you're not allowed to, or rather, if you do something, then your rotation is no longer lined up. So then interacting or doing anything unique is a detriment. But there's lots of stuff, like, you don't have to hit buttons and do damage to have fun in a fight. It should lead to damage and, like, cool stuff and all that, but they're dead. Hey, thank you for the follow, Emmer. Appreciate that. Emerson City. Ow! Wait. Susano looking at... Shiva looking at... Oh! I weep. I weep for people dying to this this content. Maybe they've never done it before. Maybe they've never done it before. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's alright. It's alright. We'll be nice to them. Kinda. Greg's always fun. Does this actually do initial damage? Oh, I have not had somebody say congrats on my level in a dog's age. Wow. Long gone are the days where you go ding, people go GZ. I had a I had a phase once in 11 where I don't know why, I just wanted to be quirky. So I just replaced all my S's with Z. Don't know why. I was just like, this will make me unique. And at one point, a Link Shelf member friend was like, is your S key broken? Like, I was like, no. No. I was like saying it. I stopped. After that, I was like, all right, if you're going to get all butthurt about it, I'm just having fun. That's like saying it, yeah. That was back when I was like 14 though, so not much of a thinker back then. I know everybody else had it together at that point, but not me. I was just a little slow on the uptake. Got something coming up here, so probably call it. Any questions? Anything you guys wanted to chat about? In the meantime, I'll just hang for a little bit. This is so weird. Why is that stable? Why is only the stable phasing out? Why is it doing that? Is this like Narnia? You go past the lamppost and it disappears? What I have dinner, I haven't had it yet. My wife, she's been torturing me. So for the past couple nights, she's been slow cooking a pork roast. So we had with Asian marinade or Korean barbecue marinade, and last night it was the teriyaki stir fry veggies with rice, and then the top layer of the pork. It wasn't cooked all the way through, but the top layer was good, and then took off that layer, cooked it again overnight on low in the slow cooker, and dude, it's been smelling so good in this house. So now today it's pulled pork bao buns. Very good. It's very good. I snuck a few pieces earlier. Dude, it's awesome. it's so good. My wife's a great cook. I'm surprised I've stayed so trim. I need to do a little bit more workouts. Stopped my gym membership because it's getting cooler. I'm going to start jogging in the mornings once it's around 70. It's still 80 right now and the sun's down. But we had rain, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, this was a productive day. I liked the conversation. Spent some time designing on my own game for a bit, but it was mostly like conceptualized stuff, and I always feel bad when it doesn't make its way to the page just yet. But at least I have ideas. I know where to go with it. It's coming along. Progress was made. And then I've been playing, I had to watch my son for a bit while my wife went shopping. We're doing a birthday party tomorrow for my oldest. So getting everything prepped for that. So I was watching the baby boy, and me and my middle daughter were playing the Sonic Cross World Racing. So I'm having fun with that one. Got it on the PS5 because I'm completely doing a hands-off Nintendo. Everybody can do what they want. I'm not your enemy, you know, but I'm sick of what they're doing. I don't like their litigious nature. So no money towards Nintendo. Not third party, not first party, nothing. Everything is either going to be on Steam or another console. Thank you, Meta. So I almost made a big mistake. I almost bought the physical copy and I did digital only because I've been like thinking about it. Like I really want physical copies of games now, but I got the digital only PS5. It's because at the time I didn't think much of it. I was like, I don't go back and replay games very often. So I play them and then I'm done. I've gotten what I want out of them. I don't have time to replay stuff. So I still have the Switch because my kids do enjoy it, but I canceled my online membership. I'm just not buying anything new from it. Not going to buy any more Pokemon games. I'm not doing the premium pass anymore in Pokemon Pocket. Not buying gold in there anymore. You know, cold turkey. Gonna stop. I'm gonna I'll Sonic Racing looks good too, but then I was like, oh, it's a Mario Kart competitor. I'm gonna buy it. I've been big. I need to next month. I'm probably gonna just buy. I don't play Hollow Knight, but I'll buy Silk Song because so many AAA slot slingers were upset about it, and they're trying to dictate. You shouldn't do this. You should do it this. You should release it this way. You should release it that way. It's like, bro, skill issue. Get good. Value your players. Make a good game. That's dedication to the uninstalling Pokemon Pocket. It's not getting. I don't think it's making the money. I'm playing with my brother, so I'm just not putting more money into it. That's my line. But as much as I can still enjoy the games and stuff without actually supporting them, that's where I go. I've seen the Ananta gameplay. Ananta gameplay. I don't know what you're talking about. No. I've been seeing stuff for Monster Hunter Outlanders, which has been exciting. Looks kind of neat. I hope it's good. And then the update on Monday, that's what we're going to be doing on Monday. It's Tuesday? What's Tuesday? Okay, Tuesday's not. Tuesday's still the 30th. So we'll probably get it on the 7th for Final Fantasy, if I had to guess, if they haven't announced it already. Ooh, you're going to make enemies, Meta. You don't think Expedition 33 deserves... I don't know about Game of the Year either. I think it was good. I was done with it. I had to rush through the end because I get to a certain point with games where I'm like, I'm running out of time and I want to play something else now, but I want to beat it. So I I very much disliked the last main boss of that game because he was hard. And I did it. I still did it, but I was getting really annoyed because it was like a 3 freaking phase. Sorry, spoiler. A long fight. And certain things would just kill you, and I'm like, damn it. Silk Song. Silk Song's... I guess it depends. I guess it qualifies. Yeah. I want to get into a Digimon game. But I'm looking forward to the Pal World official release next year. Might play some more of that on my off time. I want to get back into Guild Wars and see what's going on with the end game because I'd like an opinion. I've had people tell me that it has issues, right? And I absolutely am willing to accept that, but it's a game that I've got a really close, like a really big nostalgia for, and it helped me through college. And I'd like to see what it actually is. So there are people that really like it, and then there are people that are disappointed with it. And I'd like to understand the disappointment just from a design perspective as well. I don't think, I guess it's just for different tastes. What I'm grateful to Expedition 33 though is that it showed other gaming companies that there is still a demand for turn-based. They also had the twist in Act 3 for the story for Expedition 33. It wasn't my cup of tea, but it made me feel things. It was pretty good. I liked the characters. The voice acting was good. I like the pairing. I like integrating the action combat mechanics with turn-based stuff. I know that's not everybody's thing, but I did enjoy it personally. I don't know how Square didn't know that people still like turn-based. Aren't they the ones that made Octopath Traveler? Yeah. Anyway, I gotta go. So thank you all for hanging out. I'll be off for the weekend, but we'll be back on Monday for Monster Hunter stuff. So hope you all have a great weekend. God bless you all, and we will see you next time. Oh, M8 video out tomorrow. Either noon or 1 Pacific time. It's going to be between there.